Tonight on a special Dateline.
I'm begging the president, I'm begging our governor, please help us.
In New Orleans, fire and fury, building explosions and explosions of outrage from survivors and the city's mayor.
Get off your and let's do something.
Suffering beyond endurance.
There's no possible way for anybody that hasn't been down there in it to know what it's like.
But now, at last, convoys of assistance are beginning to arrive.
We understand, we appreciate the water.
After touring the devastation, the president is offering help and hope.
We're going to clean all this mess up. The federal government is going to will spend money to clean it up.
Though along the coast, in Congress, across the nation, Americans are demanding answers. How come there is still so little and it's arriving so late?
I want to know the reason why. Can't take it no more.
Tonight, Katrina, the fight for relief. A Dateline special. Reporting from Biloxi, Mississippi, Stone Phillips.
Good evening. On a night when Americans are opening their hearts to the catastrophe here on the Gulf Coast, a lifeline has opened as well. Thousands of reinforcements streaming into New Orleans, carrying both supplies and semi-automatics to restore order and hope to a ruined city. Still tonight, the hunger and rage are overwhelming. Thousands living like rats, one survivor said, scavenging for anything they can. How is this still happening in America? Dennis Murphy begins our coverage.
They rolled like a frontier army going into the Wild West. A convoy of National Guardsmen, thousands strong, headed for New Orleans today with food, water, and something else. M16s with live rounds. Some of the troops are just back from Iraq, and now this assignment. Both rescuers and protectors for tens of thousands of hurricane victims. Most of them poor, most of them black, most of them hungry and thirsty.
Please do something. We got 4 dead bodies here. There's a dead body on the interstate. There's 7 dead bodies here. It just seems that they don't care about us.
The refugees at the New Orleans Convention Center, who shocked the country yesterday as they described the conditions of third world squalor they were living in.
You gotta go steal water to drink to survive out here.
This afternoon had their first glimmer of hope in days. Cheering as a convoy of military trucks rounded the corner with desperately needed cases of water.
Bad day here. A bad day here.
The local police, who've been all but under siege for 4 days, finally had an announcement everyone was waiting for.
We got food and water on the way. We got medical attention on the way.
It's about time they got some help.
Even with some help finally there, the stress of it all has taken a terrible toll.
We have people in this police department who have lost their families and they have not gotten out of this fight. I didn't know where my daughters were at for 2 days and we endured. I'm so tired of this, but it's finally almost over. That's it. I don't talk no more.
Military helicopters landed at the Superdome this afternoon where thousands of refugees remain stranded. Islands of people are clustered there and any other site offering dry ground. Square miles of the city are still underwater. Law and order has completely broken down in New Orleans. It is survival of the fittest. Count the mayor of New Orleans, C. Ray Nagin, in the camp of those who think the federal rescue effort has been derelict. Before the arrival of today's rescue convoy, he ranted on radio station WWL-AM.
Don't tell me 40,000 people are coming here. They're not here. It's too doggone late. Now get off your and let's do something. And let's fix the biggest crisis in the history of this country.
At one primitive shelter, an eloquent 4th grader, 9-year-old Charles Evans, may have caught the moment best.
We had to sleep out here this time of night. Take a look at all of this. Now what they're gonna do if the hurricane come again? All that's gonna be flooded. We don't have nowhere to go, nothing to eat. We just need some help out here. It is so pitiful, and shame.
Adding to the almost biblical plague torturing the city, today some new ones. A fire burning out of control on a downtown shopping street. And directly across the Mississippi from downtown, already strung out survivors were jolted awake this morning by the concussion of an exploding chemical depot that sent a plume of smoke high above the shattered city. Could it get any worse?
the results are not acceptable. I'm heading down there right now.
President Bush, stung by criticism that he's been more than a day late and a dollar short dealing with the crisis, today took Air Force One to the crippled Gulf Coast to meet with rescue workers in Mobile and hurricane victims in Biloxi.
I'm sorry for you.
I don't have anything.
Well, they'll help you.
Where pointed questions about the competence of the federal effort followed him.
Sir, there are a lot of people wondering why you weren't fixing the problems yesterday or the day before, and why the richest country on earth can't get food and water to those people that need it.
The levees broke on Tuesday in New Orleans. On Wednesday and Thursday we started evacuating people. A lot of people have left that city. A lot of people have been pulled out on buses. It's I am satisfied with the response. I'm not satisfied with all the results.
The president flew over New Orleans in a helicopter this afternoon and touched down to survey repairs being made to the 17th Street levee that was breached, a major part of the city's flooding. Back at the New Orleans airport, the mayor of New Orleans now by his side, the president promised that the Big Easy would be restored better than ever.
I understand the devastation requires more than one day's attention. It's going to require the attention of this country for a long period of time.
The New Orleans airport, where the president departed for Washington, has become an emergency medical triage station. Critically ill patients from overwhelmed area hospitals are being choppered in and directed to makeshift wards nearby the airport baggage carousel. Meanwhile, the exodus of refugees being bused hundreds of miles to Houston, Texas, ran into an unexpected glitch when local authorities declared the Houston Astrodome filled to capacity with 11,000 refugees, half as many as relief agencies had hoped to shelter. After hours on a bus, the turned-away spilled into another city facility nearby. Dallas and San Antonio have committed to taking another 25,000 evacuees each. What started as an act of nature and quickly became a frightening story of survival and the collapse of civility has taken the country back now to a classic fault line in U.S. history between class and race, as Congressman Elijah E. Cummings, chair of the Congressional Black Caucus, interprets America's latest challenge.
Many of these Americans who now are struggling to survive are Americans of color. Their cries for assistance confront America with the test of our moral compass as a nation. We cannot allow it to be said by history that the difference between those who lived and those who died in this great storm and flood of 2005 was nothing more than poverty, age, or skin color. It would be unconscionable to stand by and do nothing.
Powerful words. Hoda Kotb lived and worked in New Orleans for 6 years and is now covering its tragic disintegration. Hoda, you're in Baton Rouge tonight, where rescue operations for the state and the city of New Orleans are now headquartered. Do you get any sense that they're finally beginning to get their arms around this disaster?
Yeah, I just talked to a state official and a local New Orleans official, and they both said better today than yesterday, but the problem is so enormous, it's so difficult to get your head around it. I mean, as you saw in Dennis's piece with the bodies sort of strewn about, and we're hearing reports on the radio where people are actually calling in saying that people are still trapped in their attics even today. And so it seems like such dire conditions. But we've also learned a couple of bright spots. We heard from these officials also that the convention center is virtually secure in New Orleans. And a note from Jefferson Parish, which is just outside of New Orleans, that residents there will be able to go home Monday just for a day to check on their homes, and then they'll have to head back out. Stone, back to you.
Hoda, what did you see as you rode around the city today?
Well, we headed out this morning sort of at the early dawn hours, and we weren't sure what we'd find. And the highways that early in the morning were pretty much deserted. And then we saw them, people who were walking on the street, some who had walked all night. Just drive anywhere in this region and you'll see them. Lonely figures. They are making their way out of New Orleans the only way they can, by foot. In the early morning light, they cast a dark shadow on relief efforts that, for them, never came. They are modern American nomads fleeing the anarchy.
Are you okay?
The first person we met was a man with a legendary Louisiana Cajun name, Ricky Bro, spelled B-R-E-A-U-X. He arrived soaking wet after he swam a mile across a canal to reach dry land.
And then once I got there, I kind of threw away a few of my other things and put my soap in my bucket.
So this is all you got?
Yeah.
Right here in this bag?
This is all I have.
He knows where he came from, a small town just outside New Orleans where he has deep roots, but he has no idea where he's going.
Hey, y'all, where'd y'all come from?
And just as we were talking to him, along came a makeshift family, an eclectic group of young people who worked in the French Quarter, bartenders, tattoo artists, even a horse and buggy driver. They were trying to make their way out of New Orleans for 5 days and got caught in one squalid, dangerous makeshift shelter after another.
There were dead people in the neutral ground.
Yeah.
They wouldn't clean out the bodies. There was sewer everywhere.
Like all of them, Megan Goebel hadn't been able to get in touch with her family out of state.
You guys don't have a cell phone, do you?
Luckily, our cell phone worked this time.
It's ringing.
Yes, ringing.
And her father, a pastor in Ohio, answered.
Daddy. We're walking down the interstate. Can you come and get us? We're in New Orleans. We're looking for a safe spot just to get out. Thank you.
At least now the group had a plan. A church van with her dad behind the wheel was coming to the rescue. That's great news for them. Their gamble to set off on foot paid off. But for the thousands of people here at the staging area just outside of New Orleans who are doing exactly what they're told, waiting for buses, only the buses just don't arrive. A couple of school buses showed up and they were dropping more people off here. So this type of situation is leading some to wonder if they should set off on foot as well. And some did. We saw these 4 in the distance fending for themselves. These 4, though, had been tending to hundreds of victims. 3 were nurses.
We haven't slept. Since Sunday, we've been taking care of patients. This is a life-changing experience. And it's very disheartening. Just that nobody had come to help us.
Dottie Perlotta, who walked for miles on a bloody foot, along with her 15-year-old daughter and 2 other nurses, were at one of the area's flooded hospitals.
There's no possible way for anybody that hasn't been down there in it to know what it's like. There's no way.
Mike knows his home is gone, so they are all trying desperately to get to a relative's house about 50 miles away. But with a gash in his leg, they were barely making it.
I'll get there sooner or later. Can't take more than 5 or 6 days. Have my feet on dry ground. And I'll get to see my family.
A med tech traveling with Dateline tended to their wounds and helped them flag down an ambulance.
Let's go.
It was another group who found that taking a chance by going off on their own was better than waiting for help that might not arrive. And the nurses were headed to a little town called Tickfaw, and we're not sure if they made it, but we know they're in good hands, so we have a feeling that they're warm and dry tonight. Stone, back to you.
Hoda, we've heard so much bad news this week. It's nice to hear some good news. And in fact, later tonight, we have a couple of good news stories, and I know you've got one too.
Yeah, we told you yesterday about that baby who was handed up on the bus and his mother was pushed down. Well, we got an email that came to our station and it said this: "Hello, my name is Nydia. I'm a relative of Lois Trahan. Lois Trahan wanted us to let you know that she found her baby and she thanks everyone who helped her. Blaze has been found, thank God." So family members in Houston had seen our broadcast and they went to the Houston Astrodome where they found Blaze and hooked Blaze up with its mother, and so we have a happy reunion tonight. Stone, back to you.
Thanks, Hoda. Reconnected. Well, we've seen how government relief efforts are finally beginning to reach people in New Orleans. Individuals and corporations are also stepping up to help. 10-year-old Logan Gilbert went door to door in Virginia Beach asking for contributions, collecting nearly $900. Employees at a Kentucky car dealership voted to send their $10,000 party fund to victims of Katrina. Since Katrina hit, the American Red Cross says it has received $196 million in gifts and pledges. And no doubt that total will be going up after tonight's relief concert, which you might have seen. If you would like to contribute to relief efforts, you can call 1-800-HELP-NOW.
Coming up, a frightened schoolteacher faced with danger at home, forced to bear arms.
My husband is very trained in using guns, but he wasn't here. I was on guard. So I raised the gun straight up, and I shot one time.
A night in a ghost town, when Katrina, the fight for relief, continues.
It's Kohl's A to Z sale, and everything in the entire store from A to Z is on sale. Plus, get extra special savings during power hours. Night Owls shop Friday, Early Birds shop Saturday, and save even more, like an extra 15% off all fine jewelry, already 60% off. Kids denim already 20 to 40% off, and shoes and boots already 20 to 50% off. Plus, get a Sony PlayStation 2 bundle for just $199.99 during Kohl's A to Z sale, Friday and Saturday only. Kohl's, expect great things.
Get ready for Revenge of the Stitch. An all-new movie on Disney DVD.
Circuits are going haywire!
When Stitch is tempted by the dark side...
Oh no, badness coming out!
It's up to Lilo to get him to see the light.
She's touching me!
I'm not touching you.
You're touching me!
Lilo and Stitch 2. Stitch has a glitch. Rated PG. An all-new movie now on Disney DVD.
You wouldn't buy fruit with corn syrup or artificial preservatives. Why buy fruit drinks with them? Juicy Juice is 100% juice with vitamin C. Juicy Juice, the very best juice for the very best kids.
Lunesta. People everywhere are discovering it. What are you waiting for? Talk to your doctor to see if Lunesta could make a difference for you.
Katie hates when I tell people this. When she was about 7 years old, she used to run around wearing a little plastic stethoscope, taking everyone's pulse. Ever since then, we've been getting ready for this day. And Katie, I don't think I could be any more proud than I am right now.
Dad's kind of a softie, huh?
Oh, he's not my dad. This is Steve, our Morgan Stanley guy. Hi, Mom.
How about a picture with the new doctor?
My pleasure.
Hey, Steve.
When you work with a Morgan Stanley financial advisor, you get someone unusually devoted to your dreams, one client at a time.
Get the bottom line now during Nissan's model year-end clearance. The bottom line on America's most exciting full line, including Nissan Xterra, Titan, and Z. Plus a $199 a month lease for 24 months on the stylish and powerful Nissan Altima. See your Nissan dealer now. Clearance time happens once a year. And that's the bottom line.
1 minute more.
NBC Fridays.
This is the day. This is your chance to make your wish.
One show will give you hope and prove dreams do come true.
You realize what you're hoping for is a miracle.
Dreams don't always come true, and this one did.
3 Wishes premieres Friday, September 23rd on NBC.
It can always get better.
Monday, disaster leads to outrage. Why did it take so long for help to arrive in New Orleans? And how can this happen in America? NBC Nightly News Monday.
Katrina, the fight for relief. A Dateline special continues.
As critical as the situation is in New Orleans, smaller communities along the Gulf Coast are in desperate need of help too. In Gulfport, Mississippi, stately neighborhoods of historic homes have become modern-day ghost towns, and families there are fighting to protect and defend what little they have left. Here's John Larson.
Look at this. Holy cow.
It's bad enough in the day,
but Katrina's destruction at night is otherworldly. We took a ride through Gulfport, but it could have been any of a dozen towns.
There's no power, there's no lights, you can't tell which are inhabited, but for the most part, this is a ghost town here.
Mile after mile, one abandoned neighborhood after another.
There's a lot of sort of Civil War era mansions along this coast. Not anymore.
What used to be inside many of the most expensive homes here is now often outside. Like elsewhere, there has been looting here. There were few police in the first few nights. Now there are more. And every once in a great while, you see a person.
How's it going?
Hey.
You doing okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Good. And this is when we met Cy Fanica, who rode out the storm with his wife, Georgia Ann. The Fanicas told us how looters had been in all their neighbors' homes, how Georgia even fired the gun Cy gave her to scare one off.
And I'm an 8th grade school teacher. This is not. My husband is very trained in using guns, but he wasn't here. I was on guard. So I raised the gun straight up, and I shot one time.
But mostly they told us how theirs is the only house left standing and how they barely escaped with their lives.
It's an ocean with wind driving the waves with all this debris. It's indescribable. I think it would be comparable to being downriver when it would, sending the logs down the rapids.
As waves crashed through the first floor, they retreated to the second. And then another house hit their own.
Now, this is when we really got scared, because this was at the height of the storm, and now we're seeing that our south wall is collapsing.
And your second story is gone.
And this is the second story.
Cy raced downstairs, blew out his back door with a shotgun. That released the debris and water pressure inside, tearing the house apart.
Shotgun tell us right there.
The Fanicas then tied themselves together, thinking they might swim for a huge tree outside. It was just as much a desire that if they were about to die, they would die together.
But we can tie ourselves together, and if we can make it to the tree, we can tie ourselves to the tree, and if not, we will be together.
We did visit the Fanicas again this morning as they were packing to leave. After days alone, their friends had come to help them move, and their son had just arrived. He was home from college.
It was a sign of life. It was like, okay, life is going to go on, and there are going to be people. And it's not going to be just us. We're not going to be living in a cave. We're not prehistoric people. And we're going to have a normal life again.
A bit of good news for the Mississippi coast today. The Labor Department is promising $50 million to local communities so they can hire relief workers to help storm victims. The money should create about 10,000 temporary jobs. We'll be right back.
Coming up, people just getting by on the kindness of strangers and the kinship of neighbors.
Everything you see back here, all this food, the meals, the military meals, the water, it's all donated by cities.
And what about the federal presence?
Everybody's waiting for them to come in and help us bring food, water, ice. Ain't been any show of that yet.
When Katrina, the fight for relief, continues in a moment.
Fact. I used to worry about nasty germs and ugly stains. But now I use Lysol toilet bowl cleaner. Lysol's powerful formula clings, killing germs. It gets under the rim. Look how fast tough lime scale disappears. Watch this. It destroys tough rust stains, leaving the bowl sparkling clean. And it kills germs to help protect my family.
Life demands Lysol. That's a fact. To clean and brighten your toilet, try Lysol toilet bowl cleaner with bleach.
I'm an AmeriQuest mortgage specialist, and whether your dream is to buy a home, refinance, or see the Rolling Stones, I'm here to help. That's why we're sponsoring the Rolling Stones tour. I love you. For your chance to win tickets, go to AmeriQuest.com. AmeriQuest Mortgage, proud sponsor of the American dream.
Inside every can of Minwax is the secret to enhancing wood's natural beauty. Minwax rich wood stains and long-lasting protective finishes make it easy to turn any house into a beautiful home. Minwax makes and keeps wood beautiful.
The polls have officially closed in the Crest Whitening Expressions toothpaste vote. Prediction.
Sweet Berry Punch will dominate the battleground states.
People vote with their taste buds. Tropic Exotica?
2 Exotica for mainstream America.
Look, the big story is lemon ice and their message of refreshing change.
You know, Ron, you should read my column.
No one reads your column, Jim.
It's going to come down to Ohio.
Crest Whitening Expressions, part of the Crest Dental Plan.
Well, it looks like Americans will be on the edge of their sinks.
You won't believe it, but Sara Lee's amazing new white bread is actually made with whole grains.
No way.
New Sara Lee soft and smooth whole grain white.
Hey, Mr. Opportunity again. If you're one of those people who likes to have choices, then you are going to love my next 2 words. Honda Clearance. Because it's your opportunity to pick the Accord, Civic, Odyssey, or any other Honda you want for a deal that's very nice. Come on, Honda Plus Clearance? Do I have to draw you a picture? You get it? The 2005 Honda Clearance. Now you can lease a Honda Ridgeline for $299 a month for well-qualified customers. I'm Mr. Opportunity. I'm back. And I'm still knocking.
It's frustrating. Just when you're ready to relax, that's when it happens. The urge to move, along with uncomfortable sensations in your legs. They're hard to describe, but they can even keep you from getting to sleep. You feel the urgent need to get up and move, just to get some relief. There's a name for it. Restless leg syndrome. And if you have it, you're among the nearly 1 in 10 U.S. adults who do. Want to know more? Visit restlesslegs.com or talk to your doctor.
Fridays, one show will change lives across America. The show that asks the question, if you had one wish, what would it be?
Thank you all for carrying it. We love you guys.
Hosted by Amy Grant, the show that promises 1 town, 3 wishes, and limitless possibilities.
And this is for you guys!
3 Wishes, Friday, September 23rd, 9/8 Central on NBC.
We continue with Katrina, the fight for relief, a Dateline special. Here again is Stone Phillips.
Almost anywhere you go along the Gulf Coast, it feels like you're stepping onto a battlefield. Wreckage and ruin, and little that's recognizable as far as the eye can see. If there is any place that knows the fury and devastation a monster hurricane can bring, it is Pass Christian, Mississippi. The havoc wrought by Katrina's wind and waves, a replay of 1969, when Camille slammed into this Gulf Coast town. But Katrina, veterans say, is much worse. Hi, Stone Phillips with NBC. These 2 power company retirees, back on the job as volunteers, have been through enough heartbreak this week to last a lifetime.
The first thing I seen was a body in the ditch. And I came down, I cried from Ninja Avenue to Henderson Point.
The building behind them, the shattered remains of one of Pass Christian's 2 firehouses. It was clear if any first responders had been caught here when the hurricane hit, they would have become among the first in trouble. It's unbelievable to think that the water level was up, all the way up there. That's got to be 14, 15 feet. Fortunately, they evacuated just before the worst of the storm. Through barely passable streets, we saw block after block of neighborhoods, both well-heeled and humble, reduced to ruins. This town of 8,000, clinging to 12 miles of coastline, is hanging on, but desperate for aid, cobbling together a relief effort as well as it can, with help from neighbors.
The state of Florida and Alabama, just the cities themselves that have come together that sent us Pensacola.
Everything you see back here, all this food, the meals, the military meals,
that was
the
donated
water,
by
it's all donated by cities.
And what about the federal presence? Federal assistance?
Everybody's waiting for them to come in and help us bring food, water, ice. Ain't been any show of that yet.
Do you think people are listening?
I know there's a lot of people stopping the firemen saying, where's the help, what you're going to do? We couldn't. We had to leave bodies. We had nothing to put bodies in. We had to leave the bodies on the side of the road.
While we were there, a truck backed up full of supplies brought in by sailboat from a former resident who hadn't forgotten his old neighbors. Another donation from neighbors, these tetanus shots, compliments of Escambia County, Alabama, even though that area was hit as well. Today, there was finally a very visible sign of a federal presence here, high above Pass Christian, Mississippi, as Marine One, the president's helicopter, toured the area. What would you say to him if he came here to talk to you?
Mr. President, help us. Send us some help, because we are running out of time.
It is the question the whole world is asking. Why has it taken so long to get help here? Joining us now is NBC's Andrea Mitchell. Andrea, today, help finally began arriving to some of these stricken areas. What took the National Guard so long to get here?
Well, the National Guard is stretched thin because of the Iraq deployments, but the president was asked that question today, and he said that we can fight the war on terror in Iraq and do what needs to be done at home. There are, the National Guard says, 124,000 National Guard troops in the 17 states in the hurricane zone, but they do have only half their deployment or of equipment, of trucks and Humvees, so they are stretched thin. The real question is why they weren't called in sooner, where they could have at least tried to create some security, to deliver aid, and to help get people out. And no one has an answer to that.
The president arrived to tour the region today, but critics are saying it's just too little too late. Does the federal government bear the ultimate responsibility for this tragedy?
Well, according to critics in both political parties, since 9/11, the federal government under Homeland Security has really been given the primary responsibility. Sure, it is a state and local operation at the beginning, but it's really up to Homeland Security to tell the states what to do. And we have not seen the kind of coordination that was supposed to be improved after 9/11.
Andrea Mitchell, thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Coming up, everyone knew it could happen. Why was everyone so surprised when it did?
This is a catastrophe like this nation has never suffered before, and we don't have any experience of this level.
When Katrina, the fight for relief continues.
Wednesdays.
Hey, welcome to the Pentagon, Major.
For those who protect us, there are no red states.
Shots fired.
Or blue.
We have a man down, sir.
Only the red, white, and blue.
Get them all out of there.
I've never left anybody behind. Loyalty knows no politics.
Bring them down!
Benjamin Bratt and Dennis Hopper.
You're a warrior. That's why you're here.
E-Ring, Wednesday, September 21st on NBC.
When news breaks,
we have stunning exclusive video of Hurricane Katrina.
America watches today.
There has been a huge development overnight.
First.
How difficult is it for you to find reassuring words for the citizens of your state?
America's #1 morning show. Live for today on NBC.
As the sweltering days of summer come to pass, the time comes for an event so momentous it can't be missed. The Toyota Time Clearance Event. Now get 3.9% financing for 60 months on the 2005 Camry, Solara, or Sienna. Or take $1,000 cash on the 2005 Camry or Solara, or $600 cash on Sienna. Catch this event now. When it comes to deals like these, everyone wins. That's more.
Oh my gosh. What is it? Never seen anything like it. Think we should tell Dad?
Dad! What? Never seen Mom take the night off? It's Mom's Night Off from Pizza Hut. A complete meal with nothing to cook, nothing to clean up. Just $16.99. Appetizer, large one-topping pizza, dessert, Pepsi, even plates, cups, and napkins. Mom gets the night off when you gather around the good stuff.
You should take every night off.
Dania Furniture, offering fine craftsmanship and design at a great price.
To contribute to the relief effort, call 1-800-HELP-NOW. Dateline will be right back.
Now people with sensitive teeth can get excited about the ice cream man again. Imagine a dental plan that's sensitive to your desires. Introducing Crest Sensitivity with whitening plus scope freshness. Finally, the maximum strength sensitivity protection you need.
Can I get you?
With the whitening and scope freshness you want. Crest Sensitivity, part of the Crest Dental Plan for healthy, beautiful smiles for life.
It's Kohl's A to Z sale, and everything in the entire store from A to Z is on sale. Plus, get extra special savings during power hours. Night owls shop Friday. Early birds shop Saturday during Kohl's A to Z sale. Kohl's. Expect great things.
Lunesta. People everywhere are discovering it. What are you waiting for? Talk to your doctor to see if Lunesta could make a difference for you.
Oh, honey, looky.
Oh, yeah, get a picture. Son?
Billy, what happened to you?
Actually, it all goes back to the 4th grade. Didn't get all the school supplies on my list. I was unprepared.
You should have used the easy button. When it comes to school supplies, there's an easy button. It's called Staples. We've got everything on your list, so you're done, and they're ready. Now get a TI-83 graphing calculator for $74.94. Staples. That was easy.
We return now to Katrina, the fight for relief, a Dateline special.
Just a few minutes ago, we spoke with NBC's Andrea Mitchell about why it took so long for help to arrive here on the Gulf Coast. 2 other tough questions. How long is it going to take to get rid of all that water in New Orleans? And why wasn't anything done to prevent this from happening in the first place? Here's NBC's chief science correspondent, Bob Bazell.
Of the convention center. Relief is finally arriving here.
Even as the National Guard begins to relieve some of the human chaos in New Orleans,
This entire area flooded from Hurricane Katrina.
much of the city remains under many feet of water. That's because Katrina demolished levees designed to protect the city from flooding, and officials acknowledge the flooding will remain for a long time.
This is a catastrophe like this nation has never suffered before, and we don't have any experience of this level.
For hurricane experts, the flooding is no surprise. They always warned New Orleans could not stand up to a giant hurricane.
In the United States, there's nothing that competes with New Orleans in terms of vulnerability.
That's because the city, as we have all heard by now, was built on a swamp between Lake Pontchartrain and the Mississippi River. As a result, New Orleans is a bowl with huge areas below sea level, shown light blue in this map. A cross-section shows how even under normal circumstances, the force of gravity is constantly trying to push water into the city. Once Katrina punched giant holes in the levees, the city quickly flooded, and it only stopped Wednesday when the water level in the city rose to the level in the lake. 22 pumps can drain as much as 29 billion gallons of water a day out of New Orleans, but the storm knocked them all out. The result is that the bowl called New Orleans is full. The Army Corps of Engineers is responsible for maintaining the levees, which have been there since the early 1700s. Critics have long charged that the effort is underfunded. Today, the head of the Corps said it was no surprise the levee broke. Though the levees have been upgraded over the years, they were never designed to withstand more than a Category 3 hurricane.
In fact, it has been through a number of Category 3 hurricanes. The intensity of this storm simply exceeded the design capacity of this levee.
That's why, with powerful Katrina on its way, officials ordered an evacuation. But real-life experience showed many people don't have the desire or the means to evacuate. Officials learned that from Hurricane Betsy, which flooded New Orleans in 1965, and Hurricane Ivan, which just missed the city last year. Shirley Laska of the University of New Orleans, who studies disaster relief, says the disaster unfolding now should have been avoided.
Public officials want to deny that it will happen on their watch. Oh yes, it will happen, but it won't happen today. It won't happen in this hurricane season.
But the water is there, and it will no doubt damage many buildings beyond repair. The Army Corps of Engineers says it is an unprecedented challenge because of all the difficulties they are confronting. Some Corps officials say it could take up to 80 days.
100-foot gaps, 3,000-foot gaps, pump efficiency, how many pumps we can get on, availability of electricity. There's so many variables. I'd be reluctant to put a number up that I would then have to live with.
And only after the water is finally drained will we have an idea what the big easy of the future will be.
As its first step to try to bring down the water level, the Army Corps of Engineers plans to actually break new holes in the levees to let water out from the few areas which will drain. But getting the rest of the water out will require electricity for all those pumps, and that could take a long time. We'll be right back.
Coming up, Cries for help from those still trapped by Katrina's fury, reaching out to save them.
They're on the corner. Someone will be on the roof waving a white sheet.
When Katrina, the fight for relief continues.
All across America, there are people with hopes, people with dreams.
My niece was in a horrendous car accident.
I'm hoping that I can play all the sports that I used to play.
NBC Fridays.
Never underestimate the impact that people can have on another life when you pull together.
One show will grant more than just wishes. It will change people's lives. 3 Wishes, Friday, September 23rd at 9/8 Central on NBC.
Sweet, sweet baby, I think maybe
all we care about is seeing you become parents. New patient. Wife was killed in Fallujah. Now her sister is going to carry the baby.
That's a risky procedure.
They need your help.
Where are we? It's happening. Sweet, sweet baby.
Inconceivable. Fridays, 10/9 Central on NBC.
I'm Joe Donlin. Tonight on News Channel 8 at 10 and 11. Police say he molested young girls at a daycare center run by his wife. Question now, are there more victims out there? Plus, banding together.
They are in desperate need of the basic human necessities.
How one local neighborhood is taking hurricane relief into their own hands.
I'm Matt Safino. We'll have your Labor Day weekend forecast from the coast to the Cascades.
Tonight on News Channel 8 at 10 and 11, where the news comes first.
As the blistering days of summer take their leave, an event comes along so legendary it can't be missed. The Toyota Time Clearance Event. Now's the time to get 3.9% APR financing for 60 months on the 2005 Highlander, the roomy Sequoia, or the hip RAV4. Or take home $1,000 customer cash on a 2005 Highlander or Sequoia. Catch this event now. When it comes to deals like these, everyone wins. That's moving you forward.
Okay, it's T-minus 20 people. Let's do a final run through. Albertson's 6-foot sub sandwich, check. Deli platter, check. Fruit bowl, check.
Oh, my little ones, I will return.
Where are the wings, Code Red guys? Oh, they're there. Steakhouse Choice Premium Angus Grilling Steaks. Woo! Fire in the hole. Are we ready to go? Talk to me, people.
Check, Mom.
It's showtime.
Take the labor out of Labor Day at Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
At Les Schwab, we're on the move, so you can be on the go. If you need tires, we're ready. It's sale time now at the Les Schwab shop.
This News Channel 8 segment is brought to you by Bedmart.
To contribute to the relief effort, call 1-800-HELP-NOW. Here again is Stone Phillips.
We have faced natural disasters before in this country, but never on this scale. And there's something else that separates this disaster from past tragedies. The internet is playing a major role helping families try to rescue their missing loved ones. Here's Sarah James.
As conditions in and around New Orleans grow worse, the pleas have multiplied. Online cries for help from the families and friends of those stuck in their homes. Many of the listings include addresses, even phone numbers of those awaiting rescue. Dateline called some of those numbers today and heard story after desperate story.
We only have 1 day left of food, and that's a few pork and beans, little cans of pork and beans, and that's basically it.
We just trapped by the looters. They done looted all the stores in the area.
Koya Craddock, who lives in Atlanta, posted her family's story online last night in desperation. Her aunt and uncle, her cousin, and her cousin's boyfriend have been trapped in a house on Bayou Road in downtown New Orleans since the storm struck Monday morning. Because Koya's cousin has a gash on her leg, the family is afraid to trudge through the water on the street.
She's not in too good a shape right now. They are inside the house. By some miracle, they're still dry at this point, but they're concerned more about her leg because we know she cannot walk in the water. They've been waving. They said they've been outside on the roof waving a flag, waving a white sheet. They used ketchup to write help on the sheet, and they said the helicopter's been passed, and it's like they're just not stopping.
At 11 this morning, we reached Koya's aunt, Carol Fortuné, on her cell phone, which has been working intermittently.
How many times have the helicopters been by?
They've passed quite a few times, but they're transporting medical people that we can understand.
Do you have food and water in there?
We have no food and no water in the house.
About 2 hours later, with her niece Koya on the line, we spoke to Carol again.
Hello?
Carol?
Yeah.
Are the helicopters still outside?
Yeah, they're around. We just flagging them now. They just keep passing and passing. We think that they've seen us, though.
You think they've seen you?
Yeah, they're flying real low, and I think they've seen us.
They just not stopping?
No, no.
They're going to get you, Carol.
I know it.
They're going to get you.
We just don't have anything in the house anymore. We're just afraid to leave the house because
Carol? Carol?
We lost the connection with Carol around 12:45 this afternoon and have been unable to reach her since. Later, I called the Coast Guard hotline and was put through to a Louisiana 911 operator. Let me ask you a question. The Fortunés said to us that their difficulty was that they had seen helicopters that have flown overhead several times, but that nobody has stopped to help them. Do you know why that would be?
What they're doing is they're doing several operations at one time. They're being coordinated through the state police and through FEMA and all the different things. They could be on certain missions at this time.
The operator took the family's address and said they would add it to their huge database of people needing rescue. Coast Guard officials announced today they've rescued more than 4,000 people from rooftops and flooded neighborhoods throughout the Gulf Coast. Tonight, Koya Craddock is praying her relatives will be added to that list.
So they're on the corner. Someone will be on the roof waving a white sheet.
If you're trying to connect with loved ones stranded by Hurricane Katrina, or if you are a survivor and just want to let somebody know that you're safe, we have a new service on our website. It's called Reconnect, and you can post your information by visiting our website. The address is dateline.msnbc.com. We'll be right back.
Coming up, he's one of the smallest hurricane refugees, separated from his parents to escape a drowning New Orleans.
We had no idea if he had made it or not.
How would these parents find their infant son in the chaos after the storm? When Katrina, the fight for relief continues.
At Breyers, we're churning out an amazing new ice cream with double the goodness, double the thrill, double the smiles. Introducing new Double Churned from Breyers with all the rich, creamy taste of regular ice cream, but with half the fat. Amazing. New Double Churned, only from Breyers. The new taste of ice cream.
So I get this sinus headache, with congestion and pressure, and somebody says take Excedrin. I say Excedrin doesn't do sinus headaches. She says they do now. There's a new one called Excedrin Sinus Headache, so I try it. Works great. Gets rid of the headache, congestion, pressure, and Excedrin's fast. So don't just try it because it's new. Try it because it works.
New Excedrin Sinus Headache. It's in the Excedrin section.
Come in, Mother Bird. Mom has pulled a surprise present from the closet.
It's a what? It's Disney Pixar's Toy Story 10th Anniversary 2-disc DVD with an all-new game, deleted scenes, and more. Own it on DVD this Tuesday.
Mission accomplished.
Attention! Please don't attend the Serta Best Buy mattress event. Those comfortable Serta mattresses are putting us counting sheep out of business. And we've got expenses. Look, 36 just put braces on his boy.
The Serta Best Buy mattress event is going on now. Save on every Serta in stock and get a limited edition Serta Counting Sheet plushie free with select Serta mattress sets.
So, do you think we got through to him?
It doesn't appear so.
At Stouffer's, our lasagna is America's favorite for what we put in it. And now even more appreciated for what we don't. See what's cooking at Stouffer's.
Iams can help give your older dog a new lease on life. So help nutritionally protect and renew his immune system to that of a younger dog. With Active Maturity Formula. Iams, good for life.
On The Biggest Loser, they lost over 750 pounds and inspired a nation. This September, 14 new lives will change forever. And this time, the weight loss is even more dramatic.
I was so excited. I've never lost that much weight in my life.
The Biggest Loser returns Tuesday, September 13th on NBC.
We all want to be there for our kids 24/7. And with the V-Chip, you can. For more information, go to NBC.com.
Katrina, the fight for relief. A Dateline special continues.
After all the pain, the trauma, the tragedy, a ray of hope tonight for one family. We can only hope for the same outcome for all those struggling to recover from the calamity of Katrina. Here's Edie Magnus.
At 8 months, Wesley Fruget is one of the smallest victims of Hurricane Katrina, torn from his parents in the aftermath of the storm.
We had no idea if he had made it or not.
As Katrina was bearing down on New Orleans, little Wesley was in Tulane University Hospital. He'd had craniofacial surgery to correct a birth defect. There he is with his dad, Brandon, before all hell broke loose. His head swollen from the operation and his skull held together with staples. The infant was in no condition to be moved.
He had a little TV there with cartoons, and we kind of would switch back and forth from cartoons to news reports.
Hurricane Katrina is on the rampage again.
And then we started kind of getting stressed out, realizing we were stuck there with him, with an 8-month-old child there. You get scared.
This was the view from Wesley's window. Monday, with the hurricane waters seeping in, Brandon and his wife Alicia huddled with other frantic parents and their critically sick children.
You see everyone around, babies crying, everyone just getting hot.
Meanwhile, 100 miles away in Lafayette, Louisiana, Wesley's grandparents, Connie and Randy Dupree, watched report after horrific report start coming out of New Orleans. And by Tuesday, they were beside themselves.
We knew that the looting had started and people were getting guns, and we knew the hospital was on lockdown and had security, but my biggest fear was that they would break in, and after that, you don't know what's going to happen.
Tuesday night, an attempt to evacuate some patients was abruptly aborted when it appeared gunshots were being fired at the rescue choppers. Wednesday, they tried again, and tiny Wesley's turn had come. The good news, he'd be flown to safety. The bad news, with so little room on the chopper, his mom and dad would have to stay behind.
It was scary because it wasn't us that was going with him. I'd rather be in there holding him, knowing he was safe.
Wesley was choppered to a landing strip in Houma, Louisiana, 57 miles away, where a fixed-wing plane, operating as a sort of ER in the air, was waiting. But in all the chaos, his distraught grandparents, who hoped to meet him, didn't have a clue at first where the infant was going.
There were reports of Alexandria, Shreveport, Arkansas. And they said that they would send the Tulane kids to Houston, so we got on the road.
In Houston, Wesley was taken by ambulance to Texas Children's Hospital. And by late Wednesday night, the little boy's grandparents had him in their arms.
You could see his eyes light up when he saw us.
He would not let me put him down.
Wesley was safe, but now the whereabouts of his mom and dad were unknown.
We're still waiting to make contact with them.
It turns out the boy's parents had been through a frightening ordeal of their own. They were evacuated with other parents from Tulane University Hospital by boat. There's Alicia, quite happy to be escaping, until she took a good hard look around her.
You see trash floating, no telling what's in the water, and you just see people still trying to get out on their own. It's unbelievable.
Then the bus they'd been promised would be waiting on dry land wasn't there. And all this time, they had no idea about the fate of their son.
We couldn't call our parents. We couldn't call anyone.
On Thursday, a Good Samaritan gave Alicia and Brandon a lift to a bus bound for Lafayette. And once home, they were joyfully reunited with their infant son, just released from the hospital, and their parents.
He just woke up. Hey, you. You miss Mom and Daddy?
The whole family is exhausted and their nerves fried, but they're alive and safe, and little Wesley is doing fine. And one day they know that Katrina will be reduced to a story to be told and retold, the terrible hurricane that briefly blew them all apart.
He's been through an awful lot. Major surgery, catastrophic hurricane. If he talks about dating anyone named Katrina, that's not going to be a good thing.
Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you again Monday for a special edition of Dateline at 8, 7 Central. Some of you may have been watching NBC earlier tonight when musical artists raised their voices and Americans opened their wallets in a special telethon concert for hurricane relief. Among those performing, Louisiana native Harry Connick Jr., overwhelmed by what's happened in his hometown of New Orleans. Country music's Tim McGraw, born in the town of Delhi, some 200 miles north of the Big Easy. And Aaron Neville, who on Monday evacuated with his family and managed to escape the floodwaters in New Orleans. If you'd like to help, you can still make a donation to the American Red Cross by calling 1-800-HELP-NOW. We leave you with the sounds of another performance from this evening, Mississippi girl, Faith Hill. I'm Stone Phillips for all of us at NBC News. Good night.
Rosary, precious Lord, linger near when my life is almost gone. Yeah, hear my cry, hear my call, hold my hand lest I fall. Take my hand, precious Lord, lead me home. When the darkness appears and the